A large area of showers and thunderstorms now starting to work its way west-east across the KELOLAND region. We have a band of non-severe thunderstorms headed toward Pierre in the central part of South Dakota. See those greens? We have a severe thunderstorm watch in the southeast corner of South Dakota. One of those cells pretty strong right near the Nebraska border. Otherwise, we are looking at clouds tonight. Sioux Falls, we're probably going to stay rain-free during the overnight hours as showers and thunderstorms become more widespread in Aberdeen, Pierre, Rapid City. Lows tonight, the 40s in western South Dakota. There's some cool air out there. Then during the day tomorrow, it looks rainy. It looks breezy. Highs only the upper 60s and low 70s. Good chance of storms. Could be strong Sioux Falls, southeastern KELOLAND during the early part of the day tomorrow. But it certainly looks like soggy conditions, especially during the morning into the afternoon hours. We'll have your complete weekend forecast coming up. KELOLAND News starts now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News first at 4.
We look into why a murder trial that was just about to start in Pennington County was unexpectedly canceled.
Plus, all kinds of businesses and groups are giving back to veterans as a way to say thank you for their service.
And later, we reflect back on this summer as we prepare for the start of fall tomorrow. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. The Pennington County State's Attorney's Office says it's disappointed about the unexpected cancellation of a murder trial that was supposed to start soon. Richard Hirth is charged with first-degree murder in connection with the stabbing death of 22-year-old Jessica Rayfeld in 2015. Her body was found near Rockerville a year later. Police say Jonathan Kleintobe hired Hirth and another man to kill and bury Rayfeld.
However, Hirth's trial has been canceled after authorities say an expert witness for the defense was compromised. The state recently learned that Dr. William Stratford entered into a civil settlement agreement following an investigation by the Drug Enforcement Agency. He's accused of violating the Controlled Substance Act.
Dr. Stratford has now refused to testify, which led the judge to rule that he's no longer a credible witness. The court says because of this, Hirth's right to a fair trial is compromised. The defense counsel released a statement saying that they, along with all involved, are disappointed that the trial has to be continued and that everyone deserves finality. Coming up in 30 minutes, we'll hear from the state's attorney about the trial being canceled.
Now, the man accused of shooting and killing Algona police officer Kevin Cram returned to Iowa on Thursday after being arrested last week in Minnesota. Investigators say that Cram was trying to arrest 43-year-old Kyle Rickey for a warrant when he shot the officer. Authorities say that Rickey was later found 100 miles away near Sleepy Eye, Minnesota.
At his initial hearing, a judge agreed to double Rickey's bond to $2 million cash only. Prosecutors say the gun used in the shooting has not been found, and they're concerned Rickey would have access to it if he's released. Officer Cram was laid to rest on Wednesday.
2 people were seriously hurt after a motorcycle and a truck collided in Brookings. Police say that the crash happened Thursday evening near the intersection of 22nd Avenue and 6th Street. Investigators say that the truck was pulling out of the Walmart parking lot as a motorcycle was approaching.
The motorcyclist tried to swerve to avoid hitting the truck, but the biker ended up getting wedged under the truck. Firefighters were able to lift the truck off the biker and free him. The passenger of the motorcycle was thrown off the vehicle. Both men received serious injuries, but they are expected to be okay.
Happening in about an hour, 22nd Avenue south in Brookings will reopen. Crews are finishing up the cleanup of topsoil and debris before the road can open. Drivers once again use 22nd Avenue at 5 p.m. Minor finishing work is expected to continue through October 13th, but is not expected to impact traffic. The city is thanking the public for their patience with this project that has detoured drivers for months along a busy stretch of road.
Well, it sounds like we're in for some rain and storms.
Could be some storms tomorrow, but I see on the radar right now, Megan, some rain showers out there in central South Dakota.
We're following rain showers in central and western South Dakota, some of which could become some thunderstorms as we go through this evening. Right now, cloudy skies. We're expecting the rain tomorrow in Sioux Falls tomorrow morning. Right now, 70 degrees. East winds are at 13 miles an hour. We have some cloudy skies in Rapid City. Also could be seeing some fog still in the Black Hills at 63, north winds at 8. Here is a look at the rain and thunderstorms moving through the area. Nothing is severe in KELOLAND, but they are producing some lightning, so we could see some pockets of heavy rain down in the Murdo and Winter areas. There is a thunderstorm in Wyoming now moving into the Nebraska area. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch posted until 9 o'clock tonight Mountain Time. So if a thunderstorm does pop up, it could produce large hail, strong winds, pockets of heavy rain, and an isolated tornado is possible. So for tonight, with mostly cloudy and dry skies, 61 in Sioux Falls, 58 in Aberdeen, 57 in Pierre, and 47 in Rapid City. Tomorrow is the better chance to see rain and thunderstorms in eastern KELOLAND. Highs are only in the upper 60s and low 70s, along with some stronger winds possible. We do have a risk of severe weather along and east of I-29. This does include Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Sioux City. Large hail, strong winds, and pockets of heavy rain are possible. We'll take a closer look at the timing of these storms in just a little bit.
Thanks, Megan. The United Auto Workers expanded its strike today against major automakers, walking out of 38 General Motors and Stellantis facilities in 20 states.
And Ford was spared additional strikes because the company has met some of the union's demands during negotiations. The union is pointing to the company's recent profits as it seeks wage increases of 36% over 4 years. The companies have offered a little over half that amount.
The UAW has other demands, including a 32-hour work week for 40 hours of pay and bringing back traditional pension plans for newer workers. The United Auto Workers strike could create a ripple effect that leads to higher car prices and a shortage of supplies.
Bradley Blackburn explains how consumers will be affected.
At Central Avenue Jeep in Yonkers, New York, the lot is packed with new cars. But dealer Jonathan Grant says a sustained strike by United Auto Workers could change that.
I'm afraid if the strike lasts very long, it could really impact our availability.
And that would affect your bottom line?
Yes, it would.
The plant that builds the popular Wrangler is currently shut down. Ford and GM dealerships could face the same problem if assembly lines sit idle for a prolonged period.
If it goes beyond 60 or 90 days or grows to other plants, I think the impact could be much more severe.
A lack of supply could lead to higher prices for new cars.
Dealers are concerned about more than just inventory on the lot. The strikes could also impact availability of replacement parts for service.
As a dealer, we get a nightly delivery of parts.
Tom Maioli owns Celebrity Ford in New Jersey and worries those deliveries could end in the coming weeks if the strike continues.
We could have the brakes in stock, but if we don't have a spring that's needed in the brake pads, we can't finish the job and we can't get your car on the road.
Maioli says if he can't fix cars and doesn't have vehicles to sell, he may need to lay off employees. The automakers are also laying off workers, impacting local businesses.
If you have less money to spend, you're going to really hold on to what you have, and that reduction in spending could curb economic growth in those local communities.
Experts say the strike could have an impact on the entire U.S. economy if it continues into next year. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Yonkers, New York.
Well, a new poll shows that Americans are much more sympathetic to Hollywood's striking writers and actors than they are to the studios.
The poll from the Associated Press shows that 55% of people sympathize with the writers and actors over the studios. Negotiations have restarted on the writer's strike while actors wait for their turn. Issues in both strikes include pay and the use of artificial intelligence.
About half of the U.S. adults say that it would be a good thing to prevent studios from replacing human writers with the technology. A Democratic senator and his wife are accused of accepting bribes as investigators find $100,000 in gold bars.